Today we'll start with multi-period data load to data management using the TRCS application. So basically, when you load data for entire fiscal year or multiple years, you can use multi-period file to load the data. With the help of multi-period file based load, you can import one single file that has data for multiple periods in multiple columns. So you do not have to load for every period like a different Jan file, Feb file, March file. You just can create one single file that will include multiple periods in multiple columns. Now let's see how to do that. So my source and target is already registered. My source system is file and my target's application is TRCS. Now we'll start creating the import format. First I'll show you my file. So this is my file. I have account in first column, entity in second column, amount in third column, period in fourth, and year in fifth column. So if you see period, I am trying to load for P6, that is June, July, August, September, and October of 2016. And I'm trying to load all these 5 months for this particular entity to DM. Now we will do the import, create the import format. Okay, even before this, let us see first our smart view. What is the status right now? So I have already created this template where I have all the accounts in my rows, and in columns I have, if you look here, it is we'll be focusing on June 16, July 16, and August 16. You can also see for September and October as well. And here I have defined all my dimensions. As scenario is actual, this is my entity, periodic, currency is entity currency, consolidation is entity input, data sources managed data, movement I have taken as no movement, jurisdiction as no jurisdiction, intercompany as no intercompany, and gap as local gap. So I do not have anything right now. Now we'll see the result after we go through DM. So I'm creating the import format. My source is file, my target is TRCS. I'll use the file type as delimited numeric data and will save it. Okay, we'll start with this mappings. Account, my account is in first column. Amount is in third column. I have entity in my second column. Account first, entity second, amount third. For rest, we'll redefine here. I do not have configuration in my file, so I'll use previously used field number. Then for data source as well. Now for identifier, I'll also use the same previously used field number because we do not have all these. Okay, so we have defined here all the dimensions. Now we have in file account entity amount which we have defined. Now we need to add a row, period and year here. Period is 4 column, and I'll also add now year row. Here is 5th row. Okay, so I have defined all. Account is 1, amount is 3, entities 2, 4th is period and 5th is year. We'll cross check it. Account entity amount, period and year. Period is 4, year is 5th. Alright. Now let's move to location. I've already created the import format. Choose that. Functional currency is automatically selected as entity currency, target is TRCS. Now do the data load mappings. Now before this, you need to go to your application and select data management. Here basically you need to do the period mapping. So under source mapping, as I have already done it, so I have defined 3, that is you need to select your source type, source and calendar. I have selected source type as file, source as file, and my calendar I have given the name as mcal, that is my calendar. So calendar then automatically will populate over here. Source period you need to select it. So I have selected June, July and August. So P6, P7, P8. Source period year is I have selected 2016. Period number is 1 to 3. Target period we'll select it from here. So this when you select June 16 or P6 16, it will automatically be selected in this particular format, and period name will also automatically be coming as P6 16. Once you define this period mapping, then you need to go back to the data management, select your location, select the period for which you are trying to do. I'll search as 616. Category is actual. Now we'll start with like I have accounts, so I'll do the light mapping account. For configuration, I'll do the light mapping. I'll define dimension for the configure, that is a member. We go to the dimension. Data sources already come in manage data. For entity, to the light mapping because that is there in our file. Check. So we have account, entity, amount, period, and year. The entity we have then the light mapping. From currency it's not there, so I'll define the target value as entity currency. I'll also select for identifier. Intercompany as no intercompany. Jurisdiction is no jurisdiction, or system generated is coming. Mapping movement is no movement, and multi gap as local gap. Okay. Now we'll go to the DLR. So here I'll create DLR. Category will be actual. Here I'll select the period mapping type as explicit. I need to select the import format which I have created. Then the target cube is console and you need to select the calendar which you have created. So I have given the name of the calendar as mcal, that is my calendar. I'll select that and save. Load your file. I'll execute it now. For P616, that is period 6 and year is 6 2016. Okay, so import and validate is successful. Let's export it. export is also done. Now if you see my entities, will check with the file that we have loaded. Okay, so my entity is LE101, source and target. My account is 15110. Period is P6 2016 and the amount is 175656. The amount is 175656. See that in the smart view as well. Okay, so as you can see, with respect to this scenario is actual, this is operations, entity LD101, alias is operations, here is FY16, P6 is June, alias, periodic, view as periodic, currency as entity currency, consolidation as entity input, and this is data source, movement as no movement, jurisdiction as no, intercompany as no, local cap. So we have written all these in our data management, and this is our account. So the number coming is 175656. Now we'll again, without uploading the file again, we'll just without changing anything, we'll just run the execute our file again, TLR again. So for now, now I'll change the period as from June to July. That is P6 to P7. Rest everything will be same. Now here it will be P7. Categories actual. Okay. Import. Import and validate is successful. Now we'll export the file. Okay, so export is also done. Now this time our entity is LE101, account is 15120. Account is 15120 and the amount should be 22728. As you saw, period is P7 2016, which we selected in the location or the POV. Now 22728 is the number which is getting loaded. 22728. We'll parallelly check that in the smart view. So July 2016, we'll just do it. Okay, so as you can see, this is our account and this is our amount. 2728 at this intersection. We checked here at this. This FY16 June and this is our account. Similarly, this building and improvement is my account and this is my period. Now we'll check for August month. So again, we'll just change the period. P860. Import again for August month. It is done. Now we'll export it. Okay, so export is also done. Now this time account entity is LE101, account is 15130. 15130. The amount should be 252032 and the period should be P816 252032. Now we'll check the same figure in our smart view for August FY16. So as you can see, this and this now at this point of time for August month, this is our number and this is my for August FY16 and account is machinery and equipment. So in this way you can do the multi-period mapping and you can load for n number of months and years. After this, just you need to add on the multiple columns here in just one single file, that file which you are trying to load here. So let's see, I have done for P6, P7, P8. I haven't shown you P9, P10. You can go and just you need to follow the same procedure. One time you need to create everything and just for the next month you just need to change the period and upload, import and export again. Okay, so that's all for today. If you have any doubt, please contact BISP Solutions. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much.